So it looks like the markets are cooling off as of now. It's currently about 12:20 p.m. and this makes sense considering the Fed meeting started today, and tomorrow we have Jerome Powell. He's given that press conference, the Q&A, all that good stuff. So I want to break down my thoughts on the markets in this video, and we're going to talk about margin calls, and somebody in particular here might be getting margin called soon here. So we got a lot to break down. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into the video. So it's currently about 12:20 p.m. on the East Coast right now, and like I mentioned, the markets are starting to slow down a little bit. They're cooling off a little bit, and it makes sense considering yesterday was a complete and utter bloodbath. If you guys saw the markets yesterday, it was rough. So currently we have the Russell down 0.4%. Okay, not bad considering yesterday it was down almost 5%. So okay, Russell's down 0.4%. NASDAQ's up 0.2%. We have the S&P 500 down 0.3%, and we have the Dow Jones down 0.6%. So, okay, I guess the Dow Jones is selling off a little bit more than just quote-unquote a little bit, 0.6% red day, 200 points down for the Dow. That's a decent chunk, and we have the S&P and the Russell right around 0.4%. So as of now, it's not that bad, but we all know how things go, guys. We all know how these markets have been. This could get worse in the second half of the day, no doubt about it. And we can see here SPY's clearly at a fresh low. I think we just hit a fresh low today at some point a couple hours ago. Or no, recently, just about an hour ago, or not even an hour ago. Geez, guys, 10 minutes ago, we hit 373. That's a fresh low. And we have triple Q, most likely. Let's see here. Yeah, it hit 240, or rather 274.18. That is a fresh low on the 4-hour chart as well. So bears are still 100% in charge right now. But again, the selling is slowing down a bit from yesterday. And we'll see if that holds. Who knows? Maybe in the second half of the day, in these next couple of hours, things get way worse. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. By the looks of it, the bears, they're not letting up, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you guys do find value in the videos. It helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. And as always, I appreciate you guys so much. So let's talk about the Fed meeting. So we all know at this point the markets are pretty much pricing in 50 basis point hikes for the next, 2-3 meetings. I mean, we got to get to eventually 2.75 to 3% at least on the Fed funds rate, right? So Fed chairman has signaled that policymakers were poised to implement another half-point increase, yada, 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 this week and another next month in the next meeting. And the thing here is, guys, in May, we had worse inflation than expected. We all know that at this point. So are we in for a bad surprise? Maybe are we in for a 75 basis point hike here? A lot of people are pricing that in. So I don't even want to say it's a surprise. I mean, it should be on everybody's radar. It shouldn't be out of the question considering, again, we had worse than expected inflation in May, like we've covered in the past couple of videos here. So what is Jerome Powell going to do? I mean, I would hate to have this guy's job. I don't want to say I feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, I'm like, holy crap, being in this position as the Fed chairman, you are between a rock and a hard place. What is that? What's that saying? You guys know what I'm saying, right? Because if he raises rates aggressively way too much, he's going to cause a very nasty recession. The Fed might not even be able to service their debts, right? Because they have a lot of debt right now. And if the rates go up, what are they going to do, right? Those payments, they're not going to be able to make those payments. So if he does that, okay, we're going to have a recession. But if he keeps rates super low, we're going to have crazy inflation, right? We're going to have crazy inflation. And, if he continues, obviously, printing money, increasing the money supply, the inflation is going to get bad. So it's going to get worse. It could get even worse than what it is right now. So he's in between a rock and a hard place. And to be honest, for that reason, it makes sense why people in these positions, they just keep kicking the can down the road. You guys have heard that saying. They keep kicking the can down the road. It makes sense because nobody wants to be the fall guy. or the fall woman, or you know what I'm saying, right? Nobody wants to go down and be the person to blame at the end of the day, because let's be honest here, if Powell raised rates crazily to 5-10%, and then we have the worst recession ever, he's going to be blamed in 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now. He's going to be looked at as the guy that caused it. And if he keeps rates super low, then he's going to be looked at as the guy that, caused the worst inflation storm in the, in all, of all time or whatever. He's going to be looked at as the guy that devalued the currency. I mean, you guys know what I'm saying. He's in a very rough spot right now, and we're going to see. We're going to see how he tries to play this tomorrow. I mean, I don't really know, to be honest. It's up in the air. Is he going to be very hawkish now, or is he going to try to, play the inflation off, the higher than expected inflation? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And now let's talk about Michael Saylor, who could be in for a margin call. MicroStrategy, as of March 31st, held 129,218 Bitcoins, each purchased at an average price of $30,700. I'm not sure if you guys saw, but Bitcoin, I think it was overnight or within the last day roughly, it hit $20,800 per coin. So he's down, MicroStrategy's down, what is that, 35%, or they were down at one point. I think Bitcoin has snapped back a little bit. I'm charging my phone right now, so I can't check for you guys, but I think it has come back a little bit. So overall, he's down. They're down 25-30%. Their Bitcoin stash is now worth $2.9 billion, translating to an unrealized loss of more than $1 billion. And I believe they don't have too much margin. It's not like all of their Bitcoin, is on margin, or 50% of it. I don't think it's that much, but it's a little chunk, decent chunk that they do have on margin right now, and they're faced with a possible margin call, which obviously could force them, if you guys didn't know, to liquidate their holdings, in that scenario, to pay off the debt, because that is how margin calls work. And that's why I personally never go on margin. I'm sure some of you guys have done it, have been tempted to do it. I'm personally not even tempted, to be honest with you all, because I know the risks. If we buy stocks now on margin, we go down another 20%. They're going to be on the phone. Hey, margin call. Boom, boom, boom. You have to sell at a loss. You lose a lot of money doing that. So for me, I just rather put money that I actually have and it's my money into my accounts, right? That's just how I do it. And the crazy thing is, I'm not sure if you guys knew this, and I was reading this morning. In 1999, MicroStrategy admitted to overstating their revenues and reporting a profit when they actually didn't make a profit. They actually made a loss. So they've actually cooked their numbers before, and they've been in a scenario similar to where they are now, in the sense of the value of the company is going down massively. I mean, look at MSTR here on the screen, guys. MSTR, well, today it's up 7%, but overall from the all-time high, or the recent high, which probably is the all-time high, this thing is down, let's see here, about 90%, 88 to 90%. So I'm not saying they're cooking the books right now. That's not what I'm saying, guys. But the price of the stock is coming down aggressively, like it did in 1999, when over $11 billion was taken off of the market cap in just a single day. That's pretty insane. So they're getting destroyed right now. And if they get margin called, I mean, this is probably going to go down even more. I'm not saying MicroStrategy is going to go out of business. They probably won't, unless we get into a nasty recession. I mean, in that case, they probably will go out of business. But let's say we have a mild to a medium recession. I don't know. Could they go under $100? Most likely. I mean, if you look at this max chart, MicroStrategy, years ago was under $100. It was $4 back in 2002 after the dot-com bubble busted. And look at this. Holy crap. The all-time high was $3,300 in 2000. Jeez Louise. So from all-time high, so I guess 1,300 is not the all-time high. It's 3,300. It's down 95%. So I feel like margin calls could be right around the corner, guys. If you look at Bitcoin's chart, 20,000 is a big level of support. If you all remember back in 2017, that's where Bitcoin pretty much peaked at, 19,000. 20,000. So if we break that, and let's say we start going 19, 18, the next gap to fill, I was looking at the chart this morning on Bitcoin. Go look at it for yourselves, guys. Make sure to go do your research. The chart shows in 2019, the high for Bitcoin was right around 13.8 to about 14,000. So if we do breach 20,000, we start going 19, 18, there might be a big gap to fill to 13, 14, and that is where I think MicroStrategy, Sailor, they're going to be in a rough spot, and they're probably going to be getting margin called out the wazoo at that point. So that's pretty much it on that. Let's quickly break down two stocks that I'm looking at right now. Alibaba's up 6%, and it's looking pretty good. I called this one out on Patreon yesterday. I think it was at $98, $99. Now it's at 104. It's up 6% on the day. All the Chinese stocks are looking pretty solid. We have JD's up, Baba's up, LVS is up, which they do have some exposure in China, do they? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. I got to double check, but I know Win definitely does. Actually, no, LVS does as well. Win does. They're up 3%, so they're doing very well right now. And yeah, going back to Baba, let's see this chart again. We held above the 180 SMA yesterday. Now that we're getting, above the 50 as of today's big move so far, this is a good sign. And really, the only big resistance coming up is about 120 to 125. So I think Baba could be doing pretty well here for the next couple of days. We shall see. GameStop is another one. GME, let's pull it up. GameStop today, guys, is up 2.75%, at least when I'm filming this video. Who knows where it's at when you're watching the video. And we can see it's towards the bottom of the channel. We are actually holding higher lows. Look at this. We have one here. Boom. Can you guys see that? Let me show you. Is this working? Is this working? Come on. One low right there. Another one right there. And here we got one, and we're holding the 180 SMA. So let's see if GameStop starts making a move towards, 130. I think if we break 130 right by that 50 SMA on this 4-hour chart, let me put my alert right there right now, $130 per share. We might be getting a big move towards 155, 60, maybe even higher than that. So those are two stocks I'm watching very closely, guys. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on Michael Saylor, Bitcoin, the Fed, what's going on in these markets. Let me know your thoughts. Hit that like button, subscribe, join my Patreon, and get yourself some free money from Moomoo. You get 5 free shares of stock, each up to $2,500 with a $100 deposit, and you get 6 free stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. All of that is linked down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.